Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Crystal Lisa. Thank you for joining me today. I have been dilly-dallying on revealing this kitchen for a minute now because I keep tweaking things. There's a few things that are not perfect. There's a few things that still need to get done. But I feel like if I keep postponing it, then I'm just never going to show it to you. And I want to show you. Like, I feel like some people have already found the listing on Airbnb, so you've gotten like a sneak peek of what the kitchen looks like. But I'm really excited to show it to you. So let's jump into it. Today is my dream kitchen reveal that I'm so excited about. So we're actually gonna start right at the island because this is how you approach it from the bedroom side. So the island was a whole labor of love. I swear the amount of wood that I used on this kitchen is no joke, but it turned out perfect. I absolutely love it. So this is actually like 40 inches high, 43 inches high if I'm not wrong, plus a leg, so I think like 45, and it's like bar height, so you can see like I can lean my hand on it here. The 6 drawers stacked this side and then this side being open because the island is actually supposed to continue on this side, so I don't know what type of corner shelving I want to put there, so I just left it open for now. Did not want to buy more wood, so that's why we didn't like complete this section here. So I still have this fruit basket from before, but I absolutely love the way it turned out. I'm keeping the camera low so you don't see the disaster that is a dining table, but yeah, I absolutely love the way it turned out. And then we can go into the kitchen. That's why I just want to draw this so that I never have to look at it again. For the first time in quite a while, there is some sunshine, so at least you'll get to see it in most of its glory. But yeah, we can start here with the fridge. Absolutely love it. It will never lack a place in any of my kitchens moving forward. These navy cabinets, you had seen them painted from before, so this in itself, okay, so this side is what you had seen before, right? So down here was a completely different vibe. Like, we had the dishwasher in this section, we had the shelving, and I really liked it, but then it kind of made the kitchen feel like very cut off, like very chopped off here, and like I kept knocking my head into the wooden shelves, and like the dishwasher on top of it was completely dead space, so I didn't have enough counter space. But now clearly you can see there is so much counter space in this kitchen, including the island, so I am absolutely obsessed with that. It's gonna reduce the brightness so you can actually see the beautiful tiles as well, which we will get to. But essentially on this side, I did have to repaint this side of cabinets just to make sure the color was exactly the same, but I did want to put in some drawers so that I can have like space for my gas so that it can hide there. End of day Wednesday. This is where we are. These doors are partially installed, so you can actually hide the sink, hide the gas, which is amazing. What else? Just so much good stuff. I'm so happy. Genuinely very happy with the progress. A built-in hob, finally. I got to build this in. Very happy about that. It doesn't feel like it's balancing on top of the counter anymore, though it was pretty secure. It was fine, but like this is better. And that's also why I got this hob and not the Ramptons one, because the Ramptons one had the front facing knobs, and I didn't think my people would understand how to like properly build that in, so that felt just a bit too complicated. So I really like that these ones knobs are right on the side, right on the top, so absolutely love those. Again, we left room for the gas cooker here, so that's why planning is so important, because you have to know exactly where everything goes, and then the measurements, even as you're buying the wood, like it's a whole, it was quite quite the process, but yeah, this top drawer just has my cutlery, kitchen towels, a couple of plastic things, some extra spices. This is what I was saying, that it's still like an ongoing process, because this drawer, for some reason, the ball bearings just refuse to like hold it closed permanently, so I have to use a thing. It's fallen down here. Yeah, I have to use something to like keep it shut so that it seals completely. So I'm gonna actually have to redo that drawer and just like put in a runner in the center, like it's a whole thing. But I'm not in a hurry because I do have a temporary solution. So this drawer is actually my makeshift pantry. As you can see, just a bunch of like unopened dry goods in here. Not the most ideal solution, but it still works, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then at the bottom here, this drawer works perfectly as well. So the top and the bottom one are perfect. The middle one is the one that's just deciding to be a little bit annoying, but it's fine. So the bottom drawer is also a pantry, but it's mostly soaps and just like extra things. So like pegs and carbon monoxide alarm, like just a bunch of things. So really happy with this. And then under here is the sink area. I do have an extra gas just in case I end up taking the bed sitter option. I have a gas to move with. Just a bunch of things done there, and you can clearly see there's a couple of unfinished things in this kitchen. So the guy that I use is my usual guy, and he's good at some things, but I realized with finishing he's just not the best. So unfortunately there are quite a few things that I'm gonna have to touch up myself or bring in someone else to touch up. But overall I'm really happy with the changes that we did make, because moving the dishwasher from this side to this side was a bit of a project, because as you can see on this side, there is this step thing that they put with cabinets in the kitchen, and we had to demolish that from this side. So demolished it completely, tiled the bottom. They were supposed to tile the visible parts of the back. That's what they failed to do over there. Don't know if you can see down here is tiled, but it's just a bit of a mess, so I don't want to show it to you too closely. But again, it's not as much of a mess as it was before, because this whole structure was rotting. There were spiders in there. I was terrified of opening these drawers, so I really didn't want to do Airbnb while telling people there are certain drawers they shouldn't open or they'll get scared. Like, it was just a bit of a mess, you know. There's so many spiders. There's a spider right at your hand. But you're not scared of them. Have you seen any cockroaches? No. You haven't seen any? So they're hiding. No, they haven't. Plans changed, unchanged, change again, change back to the original. So dishwasher is going to move right here. So we're going to have to demolish this part, but we'll demolish the whole thing, because this is 6 whole inches, and that is valuable drawer space. So I was really happy that even though it cost a little bit extra, we were able to demolish that whole cement slab, move the dishwasher over here, do a little bit of plumbing work, put a socket at the back of the dishwasher. So there was a bit of electrical work as well, but then it was 100% worth it, because now I have some usable countertop space on top of my dishwasher. And if you remember, my dish rack used to face this side and I completely block off the window. Now it's facing horizontally against the wall, so I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So now we can talk about the thing that actually triggered this whole kitchen renovation, because I've been wanting to do it for the longest time, but then when I saw these tiles right behind me, I knew I absolutely had to immediately jump on it. So yeah, without these tiles, I feel like we'd have been talking about the kitchen renovation in stages. I would have definitely started with the drawers, because that was a part that was rotting and like falling apart, and it should have been a lot cheaper if I had done this in stages. But then again, look at the tiles behind me. Like, honestly, I have no regrets. This makes this place feel very like Swahili Malindi vibes, which is what the arch over there that I did on the wall, don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the arch sort of gives us that vibe, and then like painting everything mostly white sort of gives us that vibe, but then like the tiles bring us a lot of steps closer. So I'm really happy with the way everything turned out. You can see it all around me. I absolutely love them. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below, but I did get these tiles from Ideal Ceramics, and again, a box of 6 tiles, and 6 isn't 1 2 3, 6 is 1 2 3, like each tile has 3 squares. So a box of 6 of them was 1,700 shillings, and that is such a ridiculously good deal that I will keep shouting it from the rooftops. If you are renovating, or if you plan to do any tile work at some point in the future and you love these tiles, definitely go check them out. I don't know if the sale is still on, I have no idea. I have no idea, this isn't sponsored. I just literally walked into their shop and fell in love, and I have no regrets. So yeah, really happy with the way this turned out. Again, the guy that I use is really good at his work, but like the finishing isn't great. So like I have to go in here and like paint touch up a couple of things. I had to touch up the sides on that side, like even like here, right? You'll notice apparently they have to like put holes in the wall so that the cement on the tile can stick to the wall, and it's like a whole thing. But then they did it a bit too high, and then he didn't like fill in any of the leftover gaps. Like so many little details that I shouldn't have to tell someone to do that you notice sort of after the fact. Like even down here, they had no reason to remove the sideboard going outside, but then like they did, and I had to paint all the way white to the bottom just to hide that. But then there's still like this gap over here. So couple of details just irk me every time I look at them. So if you notice any of those things, just know I've seen all of them, and I'm gonna fix all of them myself or bring in someone else to do them. But then overall, I'm really happy that I did renovate this kitchen, because one of my Airbnb guests has actually been a chef, and he gave me compliments on my kitchen. He said like it's a really good, well-stocked, well laid out kitchen that's very beautiful. So I'm like extra happy about that, and I have no regrets in like doing the renovation, even though there will be quite a few touch-ups. So yeah, I don't know if I actually showed you that I put doors on these cabinets. So this was done a little bit of a while ago. Like I said, this kitchen renovation has been happening in phases, and if you remember how far back we came from like what this used to look like, it used to look absolutely insane, but I really like the way it looks right now. So only this second level is actually like Airbnb-ified. This upper level is just still a hot mess. That's also why I'm not opening these lower doors, because the inside of them, it's not painted, it's just still a bit of a mess. But yeah, if we can just focus on this bottom shelf, this is very Airbnb-like, and these again are from Carrefour. These were part of the haul that I showed you, so this is how it all sits here. What I do want to do is add another white coat of paint on all of this. So I bought white wood because I hoped to not have to paint, but then like you can see as the dude was doing the lipping, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bit of the glue that like sort of stained the wood, the doors. I have gone over some of it with paint here. I don't know if you can actually see that, but yeah, it doesn't look the best. So I think I have to repaint everything, which is a bit frustrating, but again, part of the process. So yeah, this side again, the low part Airbnb-ified, the top part is just for me. So yeah, it's still a work in progress, but I'm really happy with the progress so far. I've mentioned this before, but the window mesh that I put on these windows is one of the best things I've ever done for any part of this house, especially the kitchen, because now I don't actually have to factor in an extractor fan. I can just open the window even at night and have no mosquitoes or insects or whatever coming in, have constant fresh air, have this mesh and the sitting room mesh like speaking to each other, so there's always like a bit of a breeze in the house. So yeah, I really love this, and again, I'll have the guy's number in the description as well, but cannot recommend this enough. The guy who came and installed them did a really good job, so really happy with this. So this is what the kitchen looks like when you're standing outside. You can see how beautiful the island looks over there, and then just white countertops, navy bottoms, white uppers, and also introducing like an element of the woodsiness. So I really wanted this to like sort of bring in a natural element to the place, and removing those black shelves on the corner allowed it to sort of seem endless and seamless. I did put in the brackets on the top and not the bottom because I didn't want them to sort of be showing, so I do tend to try to hide them with the jars that I have. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't, but it's fine. But essentially this is American walnut wood, and yeah, so because the black shells were here, I did decide to just keep the black color because I really liked it, but get rid of the actual shells just because they protruded a little bit too far. So it just made the whole kitchen feel way too cut off and didn't give me enough counter space, as I've mentioned. So I just extended it, moved my spices to this side, have my sugar here. This is my guest, so it actually shouldn't be in the shot, but yeah, I think basically you get an idea of what the vibes are. Again, I am still planning to get some glass jars for like everything that's here, but then it's so far from being a priority. I'm not ready to spend 1,000 times 10 or however many they are on glass jars just for the sake of glass jars. And then the toppest shelf, I can't actually reach up there, so I try to keep things up there that I won't really need to use frequently, so that I don't have to get on a stool every other time I want to use something in my kitchen. So yeah, these are the shells. I absolutely love them. Added an element of green in here just to like sort of liven it up. tie everything in together. Everything definitely still needs to be arranged a bit more. A couple of touch-ups there, as you can see. But overall, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. One thing, again, I mentioned in the tiles video, I should probably mention it here again. I got these big, large format tiles from CTM, I believe it was. And we actually ended up, because this is Formica underneath here, so I didn't want to rip it out just to replace it. So we ended up tiling around the Formica, which is how we ended up with this little lip that I absolutely love. I feel like it just elevates the look. So I wish I had thought to do that on this side as well, because this side I just feel looks a little bit too thin. So eventually I will have to redo this countertop just to add a bit of thickness and add like that little bit of lip there. And also the guy, when he was working and putting up the shelves, I think he stepped here, cracked a tile, so it's all just still like a bit of a work in progress to like touch up a few things. But again, really happy with the way it turned out, especially this side. I feel like it just looks really, really cool. Even though it is a tiled countertop, you can't really, like, you can kind of tell, but then it's not really like bothersome, you know. So that's kind of what I was going for. And on top here, I haven't tiled it because I really want to do sort of an overhanging whole thing here. So here I might actually buy a slab for it, but the slab I want is quite expensive, so I'm not really trying to waste money on that right now. So what actually happened is that I had bought this countertop like covering paper, like the marble paper, because I thought I was doing this in phases, so I was going to use this countertop paper in my kitchen and then only redo the drawers. But then the company, it was sort of supposed to be a sponsored thing, and then I think they changed managers or something, and my conversation just got lost in the ether, so I didn't get it for like 2 months. So I didn't want to go forward with the sponsorship because, again, it took me 2 months to get it. But it seems like from the day that they sent it, it was like the 25th when they sent it, and by like the 3rd or the 4th it was in Nairobi and like being delivered. If you're interested in checking them out, I'll link them in the description below. But that is how I ended up getting this, and then by the time it came, I had already like moved on from the idea, and I haven't even unboxed it, as you can clearly see. But yeah, let's just open this up, because I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to end up using on this island, because what I want to do is have an overhang, and I can't have an overhang of just tiles, so I'll have to buy like more wood and then wrap it around. So the island is definitely still an ongoing project, but for now this might actually be a really good placeholder if I can get it open. Clearly I do have a very specific vibe, because it's the exact same like pattern and like marbly look as what's currently in the kitchen. So I feel like it will be kind of perfect for this island. I hope it's long enough. I don't know, because I've painted and repainted this countertop, because the more you use it, the more like dirty it gets. So I'm really hoping that this is actually a good idea in terms of putting it down. So I think we're going to have a different video of us like experimenting with that together, though I don't see it being an issue because this is a very flat surface. So hopefully, and look, I think it actually goes almost all the way across. It's almost perfect, but it'll do. So yeah, really happy that I got this. Again, I got this through Stackery, not a sponsored video, but their service is really fast. It's just a bit expensive, which is why I haven't come to you with it sooner. But yeah, I'll just put them down in the description, and then you can check them out if you want to. But I'm gonna be putting that down on this island in a different video. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. That was a tour of my brand new kitchen, and I am absolutely loving it. So I've had this kitchen for about a month now, and just everything about it makes me so happy. So that's why I haven't like done the Airbnb option of doing the whole house and just like getting a bed sitter, because I worked so hard on like designing and redesigning and like reconfiguring everything in this kitchen, and I want to take a second to enjoy it myself before I like give it away to other people, you know. So yeah, I'm really happy to be able to share this space with my guests. My guests so far have enjoyed it, so it's very pretty, very functional. So I really like it. Even though it's a galley kitchen, it's still like very spacious, you know. So I think I'll actually link the whole kitchen journey so far below, like every video that I've recorded of every update that I've made in this kitchen, because where we started from and where we are now is so completely different, and I'm so happy with the way this turned out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I am sorry I didn't have a video last week. Even this video is like the 3rd video I've shot today, trying to figure out what should go up this week. But like, yeah, last week was an NTSA week, and it just was not I was just too tired to even function as a person. So I apologize for that, but I am still officially back. So yeah, I really appreciate you hanging out. I hope to see you in my next video. Original bad mind.
time for a little party.
It's time for a little party.
You can have all them drinks upon me.
You can have all them drinks on me.
See the girls, them a whine upon me.
See the girls, them a whine upon me.
Them man, them a moving calmly.
It's alright, and you know we got the vibe as you going.
We bringing them in now till the early morning. Got the barbecue on fire. She have to act like the umpire. Dance all around the bonfire. No undercover, me now wear wire. It's time for a little party.
It's time for a little party.
You can have all them drinks upon me.
You can have all them drinks on me.
See the girls, them a whine upon me.
See the girls, them a whine upon me.
Them man, them a moving calmly. Take the position, now waste no time. Flex your body, make you free your mind. Man, they think about you all the time. Little party, make you get that wine.